here in South Africa. We're now going to cross to Vuyo Mvoko, who's our contributing editor, and I understand he's standing by with the ANC Youth League President, Collen Maine. A very warm good morning to you, Vuyo. Let's just cross to you now. What's happening there?
Well, thanks very much, Tumi. Yes, indeed, we're looking forward to the second day of the ANC's National General Council here at Galaga Estates in Midrand. Well, as you know, it's commissions, it's all the behind closed doors sessions where the ANC faithful are really getting to the core of the issues that they are supposed to discuss over the next couple of days. Well, with me here in studio, though, is the recently elected president of the ANC Youth League, just to get a sense of what is topmost in the minds of young people of the ANC. Mr. Maine, thanks very much for joining us and welcome.
Thank you very much, and greetings to the viewers at home.
Well, from where you sit as the ANC Youth League, what for you are the issues that you are putting firmly on the table on behalf of young people?
Well, you would know that we just emerged from our own National Congress and we took a lot of resolutions, a number of resolutions at Congress. But a priority for us as the Youth League would be the issue of free education. The second issue that we would want to raise very strongly is the representation of young people in all structures of governance. We're doing that because we're informed by the fact that our population, most of them are very young, or our population is growing younger. So we think that younger representations or representatives of the people would be able to relate much more better with this population that is getting younger. The third issue that we will be engaging on is the issue of the e-tolls. We, as the Youth League, saying that the struggle of our people in South Africa and in Gauteng are also our struggle. So our people has been saying that they don't want e-tolls. So we're saying that government must develop strategies of seeing how they fund back the money. So those basically would be the issues. And we've also said that you'd know that the mission of this generation, we've defined it as economic freedom in our lifetime. But we're saying that the pillar for economic freedom in our lifetime would be education. That's why it's going to be a key issue that we are pushing today in the commissions of the ANC.
What in your analysis has stopped the ANC from implementing what has actually been a demand for a very long time now?
Well, the comrades deployed in government, they talk about resources and all of that. But we're saying that if other countries in Africa can do it, it means that in South Africa we can also do it, because we are the second biggest economy in Africa. So why can't we do it? I'm sure government, deployees in government will also have to see how we then realize that, because that decision was taken actually in Polokwane conference of free education.
But if you look at, we're spending on education more, we're spending more on education than we're spending on any other budget vote in Parliament, for example. Yet we're not getting value for money. Now, if you add to that the burden of free education for everyone, isn't that going to strain the resources even further?
One of the options would be that. Because we are told that there is no money in the fiscals and all of that, but we're saying that the billions we are spending on NSFAS can be used for maintenance and everything that comrades are talking about who are in government. But we think that if we were to address the challenges that are facing South Africa, it is only through education. And the reality is that the majority of our people can't afford the expensive education system we're having currently.
Do you think, what is your view of NSFAS? Do you think NSFAS is managed well and every cent can be accounted for and goes to where it's supposed to go? What is your sense of...
The sense of the Youth League is that it is not well managed. There are issues, a lot of issues are raised,
like
including corruption and all of that. But also it is not enough. So we're saying that let's rechannel it for what I said it must be used for, and then open up education for people so that we achieve that objective of free education, free economic freedom in our lifetime.
But people say your demand of like 60% representation in all spheres of governments amounts to basically wanting jobs for pearls.
That is not the fact. That is not true. We're saying that, as I said, our country, our population is young, and we know challenges in local government, for instance, recently, or in all spheres of government. We would want much younger people. It's not really jobs for us. We would want much younger people to be prepared, because the reality is that we are the future of this country. So this percentage that we are requesting, the 40% representation, we just saying to the ANC, we must be prepared so that in 10 years' time, when we take over, we've been well cooked to can run the country, we can run our municipal council. It's not about jobs for young people.
Well, you've had instances where, for example, you've had women representation or women in significant leadership positions, but they haven't necessarily been the best advocates for the causes of women. In fact, in certain instances, men have actually been the ones who have been at the forefront of women empowerment and women emancipation. So it goes without saying then that your demand of 60% of representation by young people that won't necessarily or may not necessarily translate into those your cadres taking up the causes of young people. Shouldn't you rather focus on getting young people in education and actually looking at a core that will perhaps, whose job it will be to influence decisions across the board so that they are more favorable towards young people? Keep young people in education instead of throwing them into government and those kinds of places.
Well, we're not just saying young people, we want young people with skills. So young people have skills. I will not be able to respond to the issue of women who do not advocate for women issues. We are saying that as young people, we want that 40% representation and not 60 Vuyo to advocate issues of young people, because historically as the Youth League, you've got a twin task, and part of the twin task is to champion the interests of young people. So we can't be demanding something else and want to get there and relax, enjoy ourselves in our air-conditioned offices and not talk about issues of young people. So as the Youth League, when we get that opportunity, we'll prove to all and sundry that the young people of this country has got capacity to can advocate and represent young people of South Africa very well.
Two issues very, very briefly. One, as the President said yesterday, the ANC is losing membership. 450,000 is a figure that has been branded about, which translates to about 37% of your membership. What is going to be the Youth League's role in ensuring that that number is brought back, and not only that, but gets grown?
You see, the ANC is very interesting to be a member of the ANC. When we went to Polokwane, people were saying that the ANC is gone and all of that. And we came out very strong. We had about more than 1 million members. But the President in his report or in his speech did say that, what are the challenges? Now, it is upon all of us as members of the ANC and the Youth League to address challenges like gatekeeping. Part of the challenges would be that people would have recruited and started with the membership because they want to own members of the ANC. So once you address those challenges that the President has spoken about, the ANC is an organization for everybody. Nobody should want to own members. I think come 2017 or even next year, we will have more than 1 million.
Now, this conference also, I mean, what President Zuma also highlighted was the issue of corruption, or perceptions thereof. Subsequent to that, the Secretary General's report was talking about an increasing number of leaders of the ANC who are implicated in all manners of impropriety, and how that is making it difficult to clear that perception that not only has corruption taken root, but it continues to grow. Your view?
Well, the SG and the President did say, for instance, that we have established an integrity commission, and what is the view of the NEC of the ANC? Now it's up to Congress to say, to the NGC, whether to say that they agree. Do they agree with the ANC when it says the integrity commission must deal with those issues, and whatever outcome comes from that product should be a decision, not a recommendation. So it's something that we are putting to members of the ANC in the NGC. Once the NGC agrees, we will move with it. If the NGC says something else, we'll have to move, because the NGC is the highest decision-making body in between congresses. So we have made a proposal as the NEC. So it's up to the NGC to decide.
Thank you very much, Mr. Collen Maine.
Thank you.
President of the ANC Youth League, talking about issues that he regards as being foremost for young people and how they plan to mobilize their comrades and their elders in ensuring that the views and needs of young people are indeed taken into account. Well, that's where we are going to leave it for now, Dumi, and it's back to you in the studio in Northland Park.